All right, let's get into it. Today we are doing a deep dive on the Datavideo RMC-300A Universal Remote Control Panel.
Hmm.
And what we really want to understand here is how this one pretty portable little device can basically get rid of a whole rack of gear. How it really changes the game for you on a live multicam shoot.
And it's wild because the RMC-300A does all that while weighing, what, just over 3 pounds? It's really designed to be the one central brain for a whole event, controlling all your PTZ and block cameras.
Okay, so let's talk scale, because that's the big promise here, right?
Yeah.
Consolidation. How many cameras can you actually control with this thing at one time?
So it's got this impressive dual track system. First, you have IP control using the DVIP protocol. That's where you get maximum scalability. We're talking up to 24 separate cameras or devices.
24.
24. Now, you will need, an optional network router to make that happen, but that DVIP is your ticket to really big, complex setups.
Wow, so 24 cameras from one little panel.
Right?
That's not a mobile van anymore. You're talking about a broadcast hub that fits in a backpack that just completely changes the logistics.
It really does. And then for those times when you want, like, absolute rock-solid reliability over sheer numbers, it also supports serial control.
Okay.
So you get 8 dedicated RJ45 ports for the RS-422 protocol. That lets you manage up to 8 cameras with a direct hardwired connection. It's all about having that choice.
That flexibility is huge, yeah. But control is one thing. What about awareness? I mean, in a live production, tally is everything. How does the panel tell operators they're live?
Right. It has a dedicated outbrain to tally signal, which is, like you said, absolutely vital. And they keep it simple. The system just uses clear color coding. Red means you're live, on air.
Don't move.
Exactly, don't move. And green means you're the next camera that's queued up, ready to go.
That clarity is critical when you're cutting live. But hang on a second. You mentioned it has an integrated 5-inch touchscreen.
It does, yeah. A 1280 by 720 screen.
So if it has this nice digital control screen, why do I still need all the physical knobs and joysticks? Isn't that a bit redundant?
That's a really good question. And it all comes down to human factors, how people actually work under pressure. That touchscreen is amazing for setup and configuration. It even has a keyboard mode. But you just can't beat physical controls for speed and precision.
Tell me about the feel of it.
Well, for camera movement, you have your standard zoom knob and your pan-tilt joystick.
Yeah.
They give you that analog tactile feedback for those tiny, tiny adjustments that you just can't get by dragging a finger across the screen.
Right.
And on top of that, you have dedicated buttons for things like shutter, iris, focus, gain, all the crucial camera settings.
So it's managing the camera's position and exposure, but it also gets into switching between them, doesn't it?
It does. It starts to blur the lines with a production switcher.
Yeah.
You have push buttons for hard cut and for mix or wipe transitions. And what I think is really cool is the transition scroll wheel. It lets you do those really gentle, slow fades or precise wipes with, that analog control that feels more like you're mixing, not just editing.
And I saw something about a preset system for quick recall.
Oh, it's a game changer. You get 7 dedicated presets, so specific angles, zooms, focus points for each camera you've hooked up.
Wow, for each one.
Yeah. So that's 7 presets times up to 24 cameras, all ready to go on programmable buttons. And just to, close the loop, the unit is TAA compliant and retails for about $1,500.
Which brings us to the main point, really. For what you might pay for one decent PPZ camera, you're getting a command center that does the job of 3 different people or pieces of gear.
Exactly. It synthesizes camera control, switching, and even recorder functions, all from one remote spot. It just massively cuts down on complexity, on gear, on crew size.
So, to sum it up for you listening, the big takeaways are that massive control, up to 24 cameras over DVIP, the efficiency of having 7 presets for every single one of those cameras, and that vital mix of a touchscreen with real physical controls.
Right. Which kind of leaves us with a final thought for you to chew on. If you can control 24 cameras from a single panel with the minimal crew, what new kinds of productions does that actually unlock? Think about multi-angle sports coverage or a really complex theater show.
Yeah.
What becomes possible when those old logistical limits just sort of disappear?